looking at this stuff, it's stressing me out because I'm literally obsessed with Amazon and I'm probably addicted. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a different type of video because I've honestly been obsessed with watching these lately, and it's going to be an Amazon favorites video. I honestly have been shopping more now than I ever have, which is really bad for me, but really good for Jeff Bezos because it's kind of embarrassing how much money that I have personally invested into Amazon. One thing I noticed when watching all of the Amazon favorites that are on YouTube currently is that I feel like a lot of people just have the same favorites. They have the little hair things, the clips that pull their hair back, they have the skylight that shows the universe, and it's just like a handful of the same things that I keep seeing over and over and over again. So today I wanted to kind of get different items that you might not have seen before in other videos, just because I want to switch it up and make it something new. Now, for me personally, I don't know about you guys, but with all of this time on my hands, I've really enjoyed learning about new things. So I've been reading a lot. I've been focusing a lot more on my practice and my spirituality, and I felt a lot better during this quarantine than I thought I would. I've actually enjoyed the time off that I've had from work and taking this time to kind of just slow down and focus on myself a little bit, and all these tools have helped me do that. So I'm excited to share that with you, and if you are too, just keep on watching. The first item I'm going to talk about are things that I use for my essential oils. I diffuse a lot of oils. Sorry, I'm holding this and there's definitely water in it still, but I feel like tip it all over the place. But this diffuser, I've actually never seen anybody talk about on YouTube yet, but I think it is just such a pretty design. It looks like a vase that you would have somewhere. It's kind of like gold, but has some white showing through. It looks like that thing that we used to do when we were kids with like that nail thing that you could get at Claire's and it would like crack and look really cool, and nobody does that anymore. But anyway, this is exactly what that reminds me of, but in gold and white. And you can also change the color on it just like any other one, but I just think this one was really pretty. It doesn't look like a typical essential oil diffuser, not one that I have seen before anyways, and I think it's just super pretty and looks nice in my room. By the way, I'll link everything down below too, like everybody does, just in case you want to buy these. The next item I'm going to talk about is actually my oils. I buy a lot of my oils off of Amazon because I use Plant Therapy, and this is just one of them. They directly come from Plant Therapy, the company. I actually reached out to the company just to make sure that it's not some counterfeit products, because there are some issues on Amazon with counterfeit products being sold, but they got right back to me and told me that it is the authentic Plant Therapy products that are being sold on Amazon, so you don't have to worry about that. And I think you get them at a really great deal, especially if you're getting them prime. I also got the case that holds my essential oils from Amazon as well, and it is this huge one. It's called Tress Wellness. I'm not really sure if that's how you say it, but it's just black with purple on the edges. I love purple, and I obviously love black. It's one of my favorite colors. So I think this is just a really nice protective hard case. We'll protect it from the sunlight so that it doesn't go bad, and I just think it's really awesome. This holds, I believe, 70. Let me look, actually. It does hold 70. This is what it looks like when you open it. It really does hold them super well. It has this, I don't know how I'm gonna show you this. It has this thing on top, so it kind of protects the top of them so they don't fall out if there are smaller ones. And these, for the most part, all the Plant Therapy ones are the 10 milliliters, but it also holds 15. This Young Living one is a 15 milliliter, so it holds those as well. I do have this little guy here. What's this one? 2.5 mils, and it holds it. It's just not very tight, so you kind of have to be careful if you're going to be throwing this around everywhere. But with this on the top, they don't really move. It also comes with some stickers. If your essential oils don't already come labeled, you can pop these right on the top so that you can see them when you're just looking at it, what it is specifically. And it also comes with blank ones if the oil that you have is not listed here, or if it's like a blend or something. Another thing it comes with is this little opener, which I have never used. I've never needed to use it. I know Plant Therapy has like a leaf shaped one that they'll sometimes give out, but I never use it. It just kind of lives up there. So I am all about scents. I have about 80 candles, I swear to God, and I do not still have enough. I love scents, I love oils, and I also love wax melters. So the next item is a wax melter that I got on Amazon. And I've, again, never seen this in any video of Amazon favorites, but I absolutely love this one. It is star designed and the wax goes on top. I have one right now. it's almost done. You can't really smell it that much, but I think it's so pretty when it's on. It lights up and it's all stars around the outside. I just think this is such a pretty design. Again, I haven't seen one like this. I searched everywhere and I like couldn't find one that I liked until I found this one, and I was like, okay, that's it. I have to have this one. I think this is just so pretty. And this one does get pretty hot like most wax melters do, especially on the top, and even the sides a little bit get a little hot. So if you have kids, just be careful, or if you have animals, make sure it's not somewhere that they can touch or get to. Another scent that I really like is incense. I use a lot of different incense. Depending on my mood, I'll burn a candle, essential oils, wax melt, or incense. I have a bunch of different ways to make scents in my house. My favorite incense burner I got from Amazon, and it is this wolf. I think this is just the prettiest thing. I got this a while back, but isn't it so pretty? It's a little dirty because I just dumped all the ashes out, but I just love the way this looks. You can get the normal wooden ones that they have. Those are also sold on Amazon. I have a couple of those, but I just think this one is so pretty and it looks so nice. And it wasn't very expensive. I think when I bought this, it was like 3 years ago at this point, but it was only like $12, I wanna say. And it's still going strong. Like, I have had no issues with this. It holds it perfectly. It catches all of the ashes from the incense sticks, and it's perfect. I love it. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the best Amazon hidden gem ever. This is bath bombs. These are the Life Around 2 Angels bath bombs. They are smaller than the average bath bomb. If you can see, they are a little tiny, but they smell so good and they make your skin feel so amazing afterwards. Like, these have become my favorite bath bomb ever. I would use these over Lush, honestly. I think they're so amazing. If you are somebody who does yoga, or if you have a mat that you work out on, you definitely should invest in a spray. This is a yoga mat detox spray from Asutra. I think that's what it's called. If it'll focus. And this one is the shade, oh my God, what am I talking about? The scent Peaceful Lavender. This smells so good, and it really does a wonderful job cleaning my mat. There are 2 different ways to use this. For just like a regular daily clean, you can just spray this on a towel and kind of go over the surface of your mat. And if you want a deeper clean, spray this all over your mat and let it set for a couple minutes. And then with a wet towel, you can go over it again just to make sure that you're getting everything out. Then let it air dry for a little bit and you're all set. So this is just a really great way to make sure that the stuff that you're using is clean, especially now when we're trying to make sure everything's clean in our houses. But it just makes using your mat a lot more enjoyable too, just to know that it's clean and fresh and it smells good. Next, I'm gonna tell you guys about a box that was actually in my candle magic video. If you're interested in that, go check that out. I'll have it linked in the description box, but this is what I use to hold my spell candles, which somebody told me are called chime candles. I have actually never seen them advertised as that. I've only seen spell candles, so that's kind of cool. These are for my chime candles. It's a really pretty wooden box, and it's just the perfect size to hold my candles. It also is velvet on the inside, you can see. So I feel like it keeps them nice and safe. They're like falling out, oh my God, as I dump them all out onto the floor. I think this is a really great way to keep them, keeps them all in one spot, and I know exactly where everything is. I also got my holder for them on Amazon. It has this little thing, kind of reminds me of like those old storybooks when people walk through and they're like holding a candle for light, but it does have this little hook here, and you put the spell candle in there to hold it. So again, it's not a necessary thing to have for doing stuff, but it is nice to be able to put your candle right inside this. Now I want to jump into some divination tools. My favorite deck of tarot cards is actually from Amazon. It is the Radiant Rider-Waite deck, but the small one. So it's baby sized, fit it in your hands really easily. I also have the big sized. Let me see if I could show you the size difference. So this here is a normal size tarot deck. Most come this size, and this one here is the little baby size that I personally like to use. It's just as easier for me to hold. I have kind of small hands, so it's a lot easier for me to shuffle and pull cards with this size than it is for this one. But I do have this one too. I just like to have them, and I do have, if you're looking for this one, it's the one that comes in a tin. I still have the tin. It doesn't live in the tin. I don't know why I kept the tin. I literally keep all my boxes from all my decks, but it looks like this. It comes in a tin, and it's the perfect size if you have smaller hands and you don't like holding those, if it strains your hands like mine does. Some other really great tools that you could find on Amazon are oracle cards. If you've never tried oracle cards, I think they're a lot easier to kind of interpret just because most of them have words on them or little sayings even. Some of my favorite ones are the Goddess Guidance from Doreen Virtue. She makes really amazing oracle decks. I have a couple of them, but this is my favorite that she has made. They look like this, has a crown on the backs of them, and it has that really pretty gold on the side, and every card is a different goddess. So if this is something that you would enjoy, it's really nice to pull one of these. And like I said, this one has a word and a little saying on the bottom. So most times I never use the little booklet that comes with it because the card's kind of self-explanatory and you could read it yourself and interpret it. So again, that one is the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards from Doreen Virtue. The next one that I really love is the Soul Coaching Oracle cards. These ones aren't the prettiest, I will say, but they are just some of the most uplifting ones that I've used, and it honestly just makes me so happy using these. They have like a little dove, and they are red and yellow. They look like that on all of them. And they are super simple. They just have little words. I didn't even notice when I was filming, but I called the deck Simple, and then the first card in the deck was Simplicity. How perfect is that? It's just nice little words, and I like to pull these because they're all very positive and they just put me in a really great mood, especially because I like to pull my cards in the morning. It sets the tone for the day and really just makes me have a great day. The next oracle deck that I have is absolutely massive. It's in this huge box, but this is the Yogic Path Oracle deck, and I'm gonna get it out for you. I don't know what it is with me. I just love keeping boxes of things. I think this looks so pretty, and you can't really not keep it because the book itself is big. It's not small like the actual deck, and I don't want to keep them separate. I like to keep everything together so I don't lose anything. This one has some of the most beautiful imagery I've seen on oracle cards. The back of them look like this. It has that really pretty gold on them that just catches the light. It doesn't have the gold on the side, but they're super pretty. Now, an honorable mention, I have to mention these really quickly because these are one of my favorites, if not my favorite oracle deck. I absolutely love these. They are the Moonology oracle cards, and I call them an honorable mention because I technically didn't get these from Amazon. I got them at Barnes & Noble, but I love them, and you can get them on Amazon. They're a really good price actually, and they look like this. I just love them. I think they're so pretty, and each one has to do with different phases of the moon. Definitely check these out if you are looking for an oracle deck because these are some of my favorites. I love them. The last divination tool that I'm going to mention are these Astrology Dice. If you've ever used them before, one represents the astrological signs, one represents the planets, and the other represents the 12 houses. So definitely look into these because I've seen some of them go for like 20 bucks or something, which is absolutely crazy. I think I got these for $4. They just rolled right down my hand. I think I got these for like $4 or something on Amazon. So if you're into astrology and want to use divination in a different way aside from just tarot and oracle decks, these are a really nice addition to the collection. Now, I can go on and on and on about books that I've purchased on Amazon that are really great, but for time's sake, I'm not gonna do that. I'm only gonna select about, I think I'm gonna do 3 of my favorites. I pulled like 8, but I'm only gonna do 3. I absolutely love the Crystal Bible. There's also a second edition of this too with more in it, but it is just filled with information on different crystals, different stones, their uses, their metaphysical properties, and it's super awesome and interesting to learn about them, especially if you are growing your collection and you want to learn about the one you have. I mean, you can just honestly Google them, but I love having this because I just like flipping through and like reading different ones. Like I have a bookmark in here because I've just started going through and reading about them, and I don't remember it obviously, but it is nice to learn about it and kind of just hear about it over and over again. So this is a really great book if you are interested in crystals. Another great book is the Big Book of Practical Spells. It is a really great book that gives all different types of spells if you want to kind of look at ones that are out there, kind of mix it up and create your own type of spell, whatever works best for you. It is just kind of interesting to see what is out there if you're kind of having like a mental block, if there's something that you want to accomplish and you don't know how to do that on your own. You can kind of get some ideas from something like this, and like it says, it's practical, so it's stuff that you can use on a daily basis, and it's just nice to reference if you are a little confused or kind of reached a bit of like a plateau in your practice. The final book I'm going to talk about is, I guess, witchcraft specific, and this is the Everyday Witchcraft, Making Time for Spirit in a Too Busy World. I got this book specifically because when I first started, I was very overwhelmed in thinking that I had to have all this extra time in order to practice, when in reality, you can fit your practice into literally everything you're doing in your day. And this just gives a lot of really nice tips on how to incorporate your practice into your everyday life and not feel like you don't have enough time to do things. The next item I have, I'm gonna put in the book category because they look like books, but they're not books. These are fake books. You probably have seen these before at like Hobby Lobby or something. I know a lot of places have them, but I use these to hold things that are important to me. That's just a map. That's honestly not that important, but like special cards that I've gotten from my boyfriend, I keep in here. Actually, every card I've ever gotten from my boyfriend is in here. All the movie tickets from movies that we've seen are also in this box. Just little things that we've done, like you saw a map, so just tour maps from places that we've been together. Everything just goes in here because I like keeping it somewhere, but also having a place for it where it's kind of can be used as decoration too. I like this. This little one also has more tickets in it. I don't know why I keep tickets. Do you guys keep tickets? So I keep them like this, and I think it looks really pretty because you can hide things in them. I think most normal people use these for remote controls, but I use these for literally all of my personal belongings that are special to me. One great thing about these too, if you are practicing in secret or if you can't be open about your beliefs, these are really great to have a little secret altar. So you can put all of your stuff inside of it and then just put it right back in your bookcase, and nobody has to know what's in it. Nobody can be all up in your business, and you can still practice and kind of do your own thing and not feel like anybody's looking at you. When I bought these, they were so cheap. I think I want to say they were like 20 bucks or something. Now, I think I looked and they are $80. So maybe not buy those exact ones on Amazon, but there are so many different options of little fake books. These ones are just magnetic and they're really nice. I love having them. I think it's a great way to hold things that are special to you and maybe have it be a little bit more inconspicuous and also look pretty. My next item might look just like a sketchbook, and that's because it is. But I don't use it as a sketchbook. I actually use this as my book of shadows. I opted for a sketchbook because I wanted to use different mediums on it. I didn't want to just use like pens and Sharpies and stuff, and I wanted to make sure that it wouldn't bleed through the papers. So this is a render, it says on the bottom, crescent render sketchbook. And I'm gonna flip to the back where I don't have anything in it, but they are huge pages and they don't bleed through. So you can cover this side with anything you want and flip it and be able to use the other side without anything bleeding through. And I think that's super valuable, excuse me, in something like this. So you don't have to worry about things bleeding through and making it look weird and kind of ruining things, because if you're like me, you like things to look pretty and nice and organized. So I think a sketchbook is a really great option if you want a book of shadows but don't want to get like a journal. Plus this was super cheap. The last two items are a little random, but stuff that I love. This is a moon anklet. It's just super small and dainty and pretty, and I love it. I think it's so cute if you love the moon as much as I do. And the final item is my makeup bag. I love this thing. I think it is so cute. I keep this in my purse, like moons, bats, there are skulls on it, a snake. It's just really cute, and it actually holds a lot in here. Like, I have a good amount of stuff in here. And there's also little pockets on the sides for you to put other things in it, but it pretty much holds anything that you need, any of your makeup, at least any makeup that I need, which is usually just lip products to touch up throughout the day. So that is it for today's video. I tried to narrow it down to some of my favorite like spiritual tools and just other things that I use on a daily basis. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you'd like to see more Amazon videos, like different tech, practical things, beauty items, trust me, I am an addict. I have it all from Amazon, so I can definitely make those if you're interested in seeing those too. But that is it for this video. I will see you guys in my next one. Stay safe.